a little bit faster on the lower on the collective there, and then you kind of want to do all that stuff simultaneously. So you kind of led with a little lap cycling first, a little early. So try focusing on doing the lower on the collective, the app select, and right pedal all at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, cool.
2-mile final, runway 29 right.
So that's good. Good debriefing right after you did it, and then you want to brief it again right before we do it again, right before the entry. So yeah, right before I'm in, you know, you say, okay, you have controls. Now remember, this time a little quicker on the collective, not as much app cycling, and all relatively at the same time.
Okay.
So good. Yeah, you call me.
That aircraft's going for the north parallel runway.
Okay, 47 Echo, understand about the Bonanza, traffic not in sight at this time, but we'll keep looking into where these are going to be going north.
Says 47 Echo, runway 29 left, cleared for the option.
Let's set this one up for a 90-degree entry, still shooting for the number 2.
Tower 0 Alpha Charlie's on the go, taxiway Delta.
Helicopter 0 Alpha Charlie, taxiway Delta cleared for the option.
Taxiway Delta cleared for the option, 0 Alpha Charlie.
Got that Cessna at 12 o'clock, so that should be no factor if we widen out our pattern a little bit.
Around 0.7, good day.
All right, so talk me through a 90-degree entry.
Alpha 7 high speed, thanks.
Like what stage are we at? I mean, with the student.
Let's say you're, they're doing pretty good with straight-ins. They're kind of getting, you know, getting everything. So you think, you know, you want to throw in a little bit more of a challenge and introduce autos with a turn.
Brief me on the entry point again.
So the entry is going to be, you want to enter when you're basically 45 degrees from your point. So we're going to line up with, I think it's Delta 1 right there, right by the 1,000-foot marks.
Okay.
And then once you get roughly this bar, this crossbar onto the taxiway or the runway, that's when you want to enter. So we're going to enter, get established, roll the throttle back, and then judge when we want to start our turn or not, depending on the winds and everything else.
Okay, so on this first one, I'll kind of demo the 90.
Metro Tower.
Okay, we're still shooting for the number 2 there. And I see that number 2. When that gets right about there on the windscreen, we'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Lower on the collective, app cycling, little right pedal. Okay, so now we're going to start our turn. As we start our turn, we're going to bump a little bit of collective because that rotor RPM will overspeed. Okay, looking at our spot, maintaining our 60 knots through. Once we roll out level here, we'll lower that collective back. Okay, I'm lowering that collective. Now I'm setting up just like a normal straight-in approach.
Cool.
Okay, RPM's a little bit high, so I'm checking a little bit of collective there. Starting my flare. Level on the skids, bringing in power. And right on. We're just a little past our spot there. All right, so maybe we'll start our turn a little earlier next time.
I would start the turn later.
Later.
Yeah, because we turned too early, so we flew past the spot. So you want to continue on that same heading as you entered for a while, so that you lose some more altitude before you turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
Either that or just enter earlier. Period.
Okay. Tower 0 Alpha Charlie's on the go.
Helicopter 0 Alpha Charlie, taxiway Delta clear for the option.
Taxiway Delta clear for the option, 0 Alpha Charlie.
And then at the bottom, you know, like I don't know if you saw, but our airspeed is down at 40. Not a huge deal, you know, as like, you know, we were talking about that on the other flight. You know, it's good to know what your limits are, especially when students can get you down there in a hurry.
Yeah.
And we flared fine. You know, I mean, we're hovering down there at 22 inches or something. So you're semi-limited on power, and you're still, excuse me, easily able to do it at 40 knots.
Right.
So, you know, just knowing what your limitations are, not being afraid. Also teaching the students what the limitations are too. You know, I think too often we're beating into them 60 knots.
Yeah.
You know, 60 knots for autos and cruise and everything, and the students really don't know that they can go beyond 60 knots for a straight level, or they can go higher or lower than 60 knots in an auto rotation. And you want to really make sure that they know they can do that, because if they have to do it in real life, you don't want them sticking to 60 knots because they're afraid and then balling it up, you know, when they could have finagled it in another situation or another landing zone.
At a slower airspeed.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, emphasize, we practice it at 60 knots just for safety and standardization, but, you know, you can easily do it with different airspeeds. So,
outside the box.
Yeah.
Eastbound,
Fly the aircraft.
Yeah. Another 90?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's my 60 knots, 6,500 feet. And that Delta 1 there will line up just like last time.
20 degrees.
Right, 24 0.
All right, I'm going to be on with you for the entry here.
Okay, so you have flight controls?
I have the flight controls.
All right. You have controls?
I have controls. Sierra, turn right, 10 degrees.
All right, 10 degrees, Tango 0.
Okay. So just like last time, I'll kind of tell you when to enter.
Okay.
All right, 60 knots, just a touch high. So we'll enter in 3, 2, 1, low and collective, half cyclic right pedal.
4 Sierra Papa, roger.
Rolling that throttle down just a little bit, little half cyclic there to slow our forward speed down. Rolling in the turn, checking a little bit of collective. Okay, so I'm going to jump on controls here.
Okay.
I have controls.
You have controls.
All right. Okay, so just like normal now. RPM's just a touch high, or not. I'm leading with a little half cyclic. Little collective there at the bottom. Level on the skids. Rolling in my power.
Nice.
All right, so on that entry, I think you were a little. I see a little late on the cyclic.
To your left has you in sight to follow.
Yeah, we were diving too much.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a little late on the cyclic, on the half cyclic. So try to. I know there's a bunch happening at the same time there. So try to do it all simultaneously there. You're a touch high on the RPM, so just remember to lower that down to about 2,000.
Okay.
And then in that turn, anytime you're doing a turn in an auto, you're just checking a little bit of collective there, so it doesn't overspeed.
Okay.
But, we'll progressively...
Charlie, taxiway Delta clear for the option.
Taxiway Delta clear for the option, 0 off Charlie.
Cool. T's and P's are still in the green. We got fuel, no lights.
All right. We'll work, each phase lower and lower and lower. All right. Cool. That's a lot of rewiring the brain for it.
To the north with Romeo landing.
Yeah, you definitely, there's a lot of talking.
X-ray, Metro Tower,
cool.
Right,
and trying to stay ahead.
Right.
Enter right base for 2981 X-ray.
Yeah, it is, a lot. Now this one, let's enter a bit late on purpose, and instead of, I guess you can talk through it as much as you want. This will be more for just a proficiency move for you.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk through it, great, and tell me how or what you think you should do to get to make sure you hit the number 2.
Okay, straight in 90.
We'll do 90.
Okay.
So you have choices of we're entering late, so you can either slow your airspeed, you can dogleg, S-turn, slip it, any combination of all of those, and you just do what you think you need to do. So I'll call the entry, and then you just take it from there.
Okay.
Again, everything's in the green. We got fuel, no lights.
Air 5 Tango Sierra, turn right out 7 high speed. Contact ground point 7. Good day, sir.
Tango Sierra, good day. I'm going to shadow you on the controls. Obviously, you have control the whole time. But, anytime you're doing an auto with students, you always want to be shadowing them.
Uniform is 10 miles to the north.
All right, we're going to enter in 3, 2, 1.
7144 Romeo Uniform,
Lower
Metro Tower, verify
little right pedal there.
Right base, runway 29 right. How many touch and goes would you like?
704 Romeo Uniform.
We'll stay as much on this side of Delta as we can, obviously, because we got the Cessna and the pattern with us.
704 Romeo Uniform, roger. After
Doing
touch and go, okay,
here.
full stop.
Watching my rotor RPM.
There you go.
Affirmative, 1 touch and go at a full stop.
Look good. Airspeed's getting down there, but no big deal. Obviously, we can still complete it, and that's good. Airspeed's getting kind of low, around the 40s. Best to roll on a little bit sooner,
Yeah.
But that was good. We were real close to our spot, almost on there, so that's good.
Cool. Metro Tower, continuing down, ident. Seminole
901 Echo, ident.
All right, let's go around and let's do a out of ground effect hover auto entry.
Sounds good.
From 1,000 feet.